As creators, we're sometimes so lonely and feels like, like nothing grows. It's so sad. It's so bad. Like, I need to talk to somebody, and everybody thinks, like, hey, I mean, you're doing nothing. Get a real job. Like, do something proper in life, go to some factory, build some cars, like the real job, the real job. I know, like, delivery, like food delivery. That's what happens. And no, we need sometimes, just to talk to people like us. And that's what the episode today gonna be about the community for creators. And that's why we have Bar here. But before we start, who we are, actually.
Hello. I'm Lara.
Hi.
I'm hi, nice to meet you. I'm a designer, community manager, producer, and huge fan of bread and Alenka chocolate.
But are you a creator?
Yeah, I am.
Vika, are you a creator?
I think so. I'm writing text. I think I am. Well, I am a photographer. Yes, I am a creator.
And also you're a
and
podcaster.
I'm a podcast. What am I? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a bread lover.
So I am a creator too, and have been a creator for a lot of time. And I also have all kind of problems of not being able to talk to fellow creators because we don't resonate with each other. I used to talk about developer things, and that's my background. And I'm just thinking, how do even approach that? So like myself as a
Wait, who cares about you? I don't know. Like, what the fuck you're talking about yourself?
That's what happens usually, actually.
We have a guest. Let her introduce herself.
Oh man. Do you want me to?
That has been a demo of what happens when you're a creator and you want to talk about your problem.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's okay though. I think that sharing is important, just talking about what burdens you, it already makes it better, right? Just being able to let it out and talk about it and be like, yes, even though it seems like a small problem to you, it's still a big problem for me. So I appreciate it. It's fine.
But what's your background?
Yeah, your short intro.
Yes. My name is Bar, like a bar where you drink, not Barb, not Barbara, Bar. And I get a lot of Barb in Starbucks. It's the thing. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Communico. I'm a creator. I'm a baker. I'm a newborn podcaster with one episode out. It's very exciting, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to call myself a podcaster now because that's what I do. And I'm a filmmaker. I used to be a food photographer. And what else? I don't know. I work with creatives constantly. That's what I do with my life. I love working with creators. I love talking to creators. And we're trying to really, give the space to trust each other again, because that's the main problem. That, in my opinion, that's the main reason why there are no good creators communities, because the trust for creators has gone, to shit with all the advertisers and the scams and all of that in the past few years.
I have a question. I have just like one question. Like it's very important for me. I was wondering about this for the whole day when I was preparing for the podcast. So basically, I have very stupid. It's very stupid. Why didn't you create a community in some existing platform? Why did you create your specific app?
I personally am not a huge fan of Discord just because it spams you a lot. And I feel like that's part of it. Spams you in like notifications and emails, and there are a lot of trolls out there that Discord doesn't put the filter. And that's what we did with Communico. We put the filter, we checked each and every person coming into our space. I do know that just literally checking them, like asking for their socials, checking that they are creators, usually talking to them, doing something that makes sure that they are not here to advertise anything. They're not here to troll anyone. They're literally here because they're creators and they want to talk to other creators.
But you can make like the same kind of onboarding, I guess, like for, I'm not sure about like Slack, for example, but in Discord, definitely you can make some kind of that onboarding. You definitely can invite some bots and moderate stuff. So like, for example, like no swearing, no advertisement. Obviously, there are people who are like managing the community. So this is what I'm wondering.
Like I do.
I'm thinking about the whole idea of Communico and like the community for creators. And yeah, like what kind of help do you think creators need mostly? And how a community can help them?
I think that right now, so there are two approaches to that. The first approach is creators need to make more money, right? Everybody talks about it. Everybody are building the next thing to help creators monetize, blah, blah, blah. Creators need to make more money. They need to make a living. They need to be able to work full time and have, perks and all that. But I think that the other approach that we took was that creators need help with mental health, because when you're a creator, you can work nonstop, like literally nonstop. You work on this and this is on you 24/7. You don't go on vacations from your phone. So you're constantly working. You don't realize that you've been on it 24/7 until you look at your phone and you're like, I cannot create anymore. I don't know what to do. And that stage is already too late. You're already burnt out. So from starting to be a creator and having a good work-life balance and understanding that it is work, it is a job, it is a lot of work, even if it's your passion and your hobby or whatever, you're working constantly, then from that, you can draw the understanding of, okay, I also need to pace myself. I also need to make sure that I take breaks. I also need to make sure that I have time off. And the main problem with that today is that social media punishes you when you do that. Because if you're a creator and you want a week off, right? And you're not there, you're not tweeting or you're not, Instagramming or whatever, you're not posting anything for 2 weeks, then they punish you. They put you in the bottom of the food chain.
But how does the community help?
So the community helps in the sense of, first of all, being more aware. So talking about it, like I said in the beginning, just being able to talk about it, that's already the first step of recognizing the problem. And another thing is supporting each other, helping each other, and being there for each other. If I need a little break, maybe you can help me out because we work on the same things, and maybe you can be my shoulder to lean on, and we can work together, creating partnerships through communities and building something together so we carry half of the load and not the entire thing. So that's only parts of the perks of communities, right? Like being able to work together. But I think that most of that is just being able to talk to people who really understand you.
You as creators, as community co-founders, do you help these community bonds to somehow happen? Or do you think they should happen naturally by people just hanging out in your community?
So first of all, it does happen naturally just because, and it happens outside of Communico. It happens on Instagram, it happens on Twitter. I'm a part of a community now on Twitter of podcasters that I met because I started asking questions about podcasts. And now they're like, hey, Bar, where's your first episode? You got it. You can do it. Just put time limit on your editing sessions. Put this, do that, just post. And they helped me get there in a much easier way than I would have by myself. And on Instagram, I have my bread community of bakers from all around the world. And we share the love for bread. And we talk not just about bread, but we talk about life. And we talk about, I have a friend who is a baker, and her baby had some really difficult health issues. And she talked to me about it, and it made her feel better. So it is happen naturally. We do try to push it when it's up to us. If I know a creator and I know two creators and I think that they would really hit it off, then yes, I will definitely push for that. Try to connect them. But that's how you do it. That's what networking is,
But then I'm listening to you that, I mean, you're saying like you have had this nice community feeling in Twitter and Instagram. So, but
Yeah.
then how communico helps this? How is it better?
I'll give you a real example. I'm also a part of Creators Mental Health Group on Clubhouse. Every week on Tuesday evening, we go on Clubhouse and we share. And we're just like AA meeting, which is amazing because you're just there so you can talk and you can say, hey, my week sucked. I hated it. I cried all week. I couldn't create. I felt like a complete failure. And nobody's there coming to give you a solution. It's literally you're there to share, which is wonderful. It's great for the soul. And I think a month ago, we had our usual meetings, and this troll came in. And it was only for a minute that he was yelling at everyone, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But and he was removed, right? After a few seconds or a minute. But the trust of that session was gone. Like people didn't share as usual because you felt like you're naked and you don't know who's looking. And that's the difference between using existing communities on social media and using a safe community that actually makes sure 100% that you are surrounded by the right people, even if it takes away from amount of users or whatever. But it's hard. I mean, you're out there. Social media is it gave so much courage to assholes to go in and say stuff that it sucks, basically.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you're very, very vulnerable on social media, and it's hard, and people give you shit about it. And there were a lot of stories of creators who burned out, had a mental breakdown. There was a creator who killed herself this year, actually, in April. All of those stories come from the fact that you don't have a safe space and people on social media keep, poking at you.
I will jump in quickly. I have just a question. I just thought about it. So you said that you're checking in your community if this person is real, like you're checking the social media if this person is real creator or something. How to prove that I'm a creator? So for example, I'm posting my, I don't know, for example, like something, cats on Instagram, and I have like 50 followers. Am I a creator from now? Or like, how do you check in? What's the...
So the way
because probably
we
you feel yourself as a creator. I mean, like you have Instagram for your cat with 50 followers. You feel yourself a creator.
Yeah. But like...
So the way we define creators is constantly providing value for your audience. So creating value for your audience, whether it's 10 people or 10 million people, it doesn't matter. If you're constantly creating content of value, so you're teaching something, you're showing something, you're doing something that is consistent. So for example, if you're a cat creator and you post about your cat, but you also talk about how it's like having a cat and all those things that, how to deal with their mood swings, how to deal with a vet visit, all of those things that actually provide also value and not just, entertainment, you're a creator.
But
you're
entertainment,
sharing.
it's also some value. So like,
yes,
there are...
When you play a game, just play a game.
Is it...
When you live stream your gameplay, you let's play.
Yeah,
you're
but you're a creator.
You're doing something constantly, providing constant and valuable content to your followers because that's what they are here for. They want to learn how you do it so they maybe can learn from you and become better and become, more knowledgeable, more talented, or whatever it is you want to call it.
But okay, if for example, I will dig deeper in this topic. If for example, I'm just making some entertainment content, like, just like, I don't know, funny videos, just like watch, laugh, enjoy your life.
And support your Patreon.
So like, is
That's
it?
value, isn't it?
I'm not teaching anything. I'm not teaching. I'm just like entertaining you. I'm just like.
But that's
giving you-
value.
No, there is a value creating basically the space, like the source of fan stuff that people can come to, watch it, and just relax or something, get some good mood, bump it up and stuff. This is the
That's
content.
so much value, though. When you watch a comedy versus a drama, the comedy provides you as much value as the drama does, because it gives you an escape. It gives you a place where you can go for a specific feeling that you're looking for. Like I when I'm sad, I watch really shitty movies. Like
Can relate.
I have very, very specific movies that I watch when I'm like in my worst state. I have very specific movies that I watch, and that's valuable content for me because they help me go through something that I wouldn't normally be able to do alone.
Yeah. But another thing that I'm still digesting in my head, but maybe we can help. Like we've been talking like a few minutes ago about how community helps each other, how creator community helps each other, to overcome some struggles and dealing with mental health. And I'm thinking probably most of these people don't have a psychotherapist degree, and they may hurt each other. How to not make this happen?
Yeah, it can happen by accident. Like for
Yeah.
example, somebody gave some advice which is not really good, and how
It
to
may have
prevent
worked
this.
for them personally, so they may have been given this advice from a good heart, but like because they didn't know that other person and all that, and well, they're not a psychotherapist. Like, so
How to prevent such things?
Yeah, how do you look at this?
I'm pushing more towards more of a sharing mode than the solution mode, because we are not psychologists, and I'm not here to tell you how to get over your depression, because I take medicine for depression and anxiety, but I don't know if it will be the same for you. So I can't tell you, hey, do you want some of my pills? It's going to make you super happy. I mean, you can't do that, but I
Happiness
can.
dealer.
Yeah, happy pills all the way. But I can come to you and say, hey, I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening to you. And I see you. I hear you and I see you. I'm not here to take care of you or give you solutions to what you're going through. I don't know what the solution is for you. But just having this person that is saying to you, I see you for who you are. I'm listening. I'm focusing on you right now. That's what we're pushing
So
for.
providing a shoulder.
Yeah, basically,
Exactly.
like what you were wondering about psychologists. It's actually one of the very, coolest, greatest psychological practice, just to provide a client, let's say, a person in need, a place, or like just provide him attention. That's it. Just attention.
How to
Exactly.
enforce that? How to enforce that in a community? Like, hey, people, you're giving too much advice. Like, no.
You educate.
Or like what?
You educate and you talk about it openly. You don't ignore it and being like, oh, we're a company, we don't want to take into, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there are things that you agree to when you come into the community, but as long as we're talking about it, like I am doing now, and we're saying, hey, guys, please make sure that you're aware that the person in front of you is not a psychologist, but they're going through the same things as you. So you can talk about it as long as you educate your community and make sure that you say it and make sure that, you address that. If it happens, if you do see, hey, like there's like a huge comment with pieces of advice that you don't know if it's going to be good or not, then you can come in and say, hey, my name is Bar. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Communico. I just wanted to add to this conversation that listening to each other and sharing your pain is wonderful, but please remember that we're all different people and we all need different things to feel better. So I think that not being shy about it is the main thing.
You're also like basically a community manager. You're like a co-founder and a community manager, basically. You're doing this job.
When you're a founder, you do everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
But
also
If you
do
want to make something
marketing
good.
and content creation and videos on TikTok.
videos on TikToks, that's the main thing usually.
I
And I mean, I'm still
hate it.
continuing thinking on the same vector. It's like, yeah, like on the about page, like there is the line about the partnerships, about the brainstorming, and I'm thinking like, I mean, as like most creators, like it's about them, like they want to earn, and they want to also like ask other creators about, like, hey, how did you structure this or that deal, like what are the money expectations and like. So it's I know, at least in my mind, it's a lot of like business and legal advice, and it's also very, very scary, like to
Is it
have a place
do most
with this
creators
advice.
look for a way to earn?
I didn't understand Alex's questions also, so I don't know what
So
he
No,
he
was
was
I mean
getting
getting
at
at.
it then.
I
It's okay
understand
to
I
ask.
understand the question. I just mean that actually if you talk to most creators, they're not necessarily looking to earn. They're looking to create and they're looking to get inspired. What people always hear about are the top 1% creators that make tons of money and want to make more money faster because they are a business, which is absolutely okay. But 99% of creators, 94% of creators are there because they just need some inspiration in life. They just want to share their passion and they're not actively looking for business advice. They're looking to, just have fun and get to know people that are like them. And I was actually in a space yesterday that we talked just about that because I know this amazing superstar creator, Samantha. She's awesome. Awesome. Honestly, like amazing woman, also Canadian. And she was talking in the space and she was saying that she was in another Twitter space that they were talking about how to, make a business out of your creation, blah, blah. You need to go and open a community, paid subscription, blah, blah. And she said that she sat there, yeah, and she was like, I don't want to do that. Why? Who said that I have to go and grow and make money and more money and do this and do that? The top 1% are the one that are dictating that. It doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean that it's just like with companies. Not every company has to be a unicorn. Even though unicorns are dictating media and what you hear about success stories. What about the companies that make 100 million? That's a lot of too. They work really hard too. So as a creator, I think that we have this automatic reaction to the big stars of being like, I want to be this, I need to do this, when actually all you need to do is what feels right to you. And usually it doesn't include, threading and starting to charge people and doing that. Usually it's something that you need to work with yourself for, like, for example, the first time I charged for my bread, that was really hard. That was really, really a really hard step. And it took more of emotional support from other creators than business support. It took more of like, there's this guy that told me, and it was such a beautiful sentence, that switch the word money with respect. If someone is offering you respect for your creation, or something that your craft, something that you made, would you say no? Because saying no to money is really easy. You're like, oh no, it's my hobby. I don't want to, like, you shouldn't pay me for something that I love doing, it's weird. But if you look at it as respect, it's totally different. But, it's about being emotionally prepared. And I think that's most of what smaller creators really struggle with, because all they're getting is, the big guys saying, yeah, you do this and this and this. And then they want to do it, but they don't have the emotional strength or, the courage or the support system to do that. And that's what it is. It's a support system that should be in place. and should be active and should be there for the bad days and not just for the good days and the success stories.
Oh my god, I love your speech, first of all. And
Thank you.
secondly, I feel so hungry because I was showing the videos of your bread and I was like, oh fuck, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I also did my best to not interrupt you because what you were saying was super right, and it's unfortunately very few people talk about it loudly on the internet.
Yes.
Some of the bits, yes, but not as a complete pitch. So I think we will cut it out instantly and we share it Instagram on our resources.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Was it a good speech?
Yeah, it was. I told you.
It was.
It was.
Inspiring,
I mean,
being
a lot of people have to hear it, I think, so we will
Straight
cut
from
it
the
out
heart.
separately.
Still, what's I don't know, what's in your mind after this episode, Lara? And Vika?
I'm very happy that people are caring about each other and creating communities that helping for mental health is very, very important, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud that there are such people like you.
I just wanted to share during this podcast that when I started doing some photography and stuff, I just somehow appeared in a very small photographers community and on the marathon, and they actually started just going to your page, clicking likes, and not just likes, but they started sharing some comments and just strict comments like, this is so great, this is good, you could maybe change this one, or but that's so amazing, you're doing so great. And even when you're looking at the picture and it's so shitty, you're just like, damn, I still like it, there is some soul in it, and you're sharing it and people are just going so high about this. I loved it. So I think the idea to support creators of any kind is just amazing. We need support because creators are people of creativity.
They're artists, people who are creating, they're artists in some kind. And
Artists,
yeah, they're very sensitive. I know, right?
Dopamine. Please give me dopamine.
That's it, please.
No.
Just cut the recording. Cut the recording.
Okay, goodbye.